Hello, my name is Joseph Barrow. I'm superintendent here in Fayette County, and our Fayette County schools are getting ready to open August 17th. And we wanted to come to you and share a few pieces of information with regard to our reentry plan. I'm going to pull this mask off since we're all physically distanced very well and be able to have a brief conversation with you. I think you've probably seen lots of school openings in the media over the last couple of weeks, and each school district will be challenged to find the best practice and guidance for implementing their back-to-school reentry procedures. There will not be a one-size-fits-all answer for each system, I can tell you that. We're professional educators, not medical professionals. We don't claim to be that. We can feel comfortable in taking action on how to create high-quality learning environments best suited for teaching and learning. However, we must use the best professional medical guidance from the CDC, from the American Academy of Pediatricians, and from the Georgia Department of Health, and as we implement our plans. At times there have been mixed and lagging data and messages. That's created a problem and it magnifies the problem for us as far as our decision-making process. That being said, we must continue working in that environment in conjunction with our best thinking about how children learn. Based on these parameters, we do see merit when safely possible to have our students come back into some type of face-to-face instruction. We do have a plan that is flexible, and we can move from virtual to all face-to-face, a hybrid, and ultimately to full distance learning if need be. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I felt like it would be important for us to give you an update on each of our strategic plan area breakout areas. And the first person that I'd like to have share with us is Mr. Mike Sanders, our Assistant Superintendent for Operations, and he'll give you an update on the operational end of the reentry plan.
Hi, I'm Mike Sanders. I'm Assistant Superintendent of Operations. I'm going to give you a brief update on some protocols that we have established for our operations of schools, as well as an update on all the PPE that we have secured since we last met back in March. We have been working very closely with all of our schools and our custodial staff to be sure that we have good protocols in place to sanitize the schools each and every day. Our custodians are prepared, have the equipment necessary, and also working with our teachers to give them the necessary equipment solutions to sanitize their rooms throughout the school day as well. As far as PPE, we have worked closely with our purchasing department. We'll give them a lot of kudos for the amount of PPE they have been able to acquire at a very difficult time to acquire this equipment. We have purchased and secured and delivered to schools over 25,000 face coverings. We have been able to acquire 1,900 face shields for employees, 15,000 desk privacy shields that will be used primarily in classrooms that have tables where two students may be sitting at a table rather than one individual at a desk. Over 150 freestanding hand sanitizer dispensers that have been delivered throughout the system, 2,000 spray bottles with nozzles. Those will be for our teachers to utilize in classrooms on a daily basis with our hydrogen peroxide solution that we sanitize with. Approximately 100 sneeze guards for use throughout the system. As you come into our buildings, you'll especially see these in place at our front receptionist area to help protect those employees as well. Over 200 touchless thermometers. Electrostatic sprayers are on order for every school. That is a piece of equipment that we use to disinfect, sanitize large areas. Those have been some of the hardest items to acquire, but we do have those on order and expect those rather soon. And then finally, we did contract with a company called Ecovasive who will come in on a quarterly basis to provide an additional layer of sanitation in our schools, an environmentally friendly antimicrobial solution that they use and we have already had that first treatment applied. So doing a lot of things to be sure that we are ready, that we're going to be able to fight the virus. On top of that, the Department of Education, Georgia Department of Education, has also provided us with additional face masks, face shields, disinfectant, sanitizers, a large quantity of hand sanitizer, that all of that will be distributed or be available for our schools to use on an as needed basis.
I'm Sam Sweat. I'm Director of Special Projects, and I just want you all to know that this executive team has been working very hard with Dr. Barrow ever since March of 2020, evaluating and reflecting on our responsibility regarding COVID-19, and we are responsible for making decisions regarding the safety of our students and our staff. You will see on buses that students cannot ride buses unless they wear masks because of the physical distancing concerns. When you go into our schools, you will see signs and decals related to COVID-19 and maintaining safety procedures. We also have them in our central office. And you will see some PSA, some public service announcements regarding safety and health concerns.
Hi, I'm Debbie King. I'm the School Health Services Coordinator for Fayette County Schools. And in Fayette County, we are very fortunate to have knowledgeable school nurses at each of our schools. School Health is working with Public Health on contact tracing. The school nurses have received some training through Public Health, and we are following those Georgia Department of Public Health guidelines. The school nurses are entering cases into a database we have created to help with tracking our cases in our systems, staff and students, and also assisting with education with public health. Staff and parents would be contacted if they had an exposure, and at school that would be if we had someone who was sick that was within 6 feet or in close contact more than 15 minutes with a staff or a student. We have many resources on the employee internet to assist with educating our staff, and just some flow charts to kind of assist them. In the reentry plan, we do have some embedded resources which will be helpful for parents and the community. I did want to show you how to correctly put on a mask and take off a mask. And we'll be showing our students this at school. So the first thing you want to do is use waterless soap or wash your hands. Always touch the mask by the ties. You're going to put the mask on over the ears. It should cover the nose and the chin and the mouth. And you saw me pinch right here. There's a little wire there to make it a little snugger. And you're going to wear the mask. To take off the mask, you're going to hold it by the ties. You're going to fold it in together. And the best way to store it is in a paper bag. And that is, it's not airtight, and that way it can dry and be good for the next time you wear it. The next thing you want to do is use waterless soap again to wash your hands.
Hello, my name is Coquita Wilder, and I'm the School Nutrition Director for the district. Last year, during the pandemic, our employees served over 84,000 meals between the months of March through May. This summer, for the first time ever, our program rolled out summer feedings to impact our community and to help those in need. We served 47,000 meals to those students who were in need. This year, we're excited about the changes as far as school nutrition is concerned to offer easier access to our program. For the first time ever, we're offering online meal applications. This will help families to be able to go online and apply for meal benefits from the convenience of their mobile phone or from their home computer. Meal service will look different this school year. We will be offering 3 types of meal service. Our traditional brick and mortar students will still have access to our meals by coming through the serving lines like they normally do. The only difference would be those students will be eating either in the cafeteria, spread out social distance, or they will be eating in their classroom. In addition to that, we will also be providing meals for those virtual students. Those students will be able to access meals on Wednesdays once a week, and they will be able to pick up meals from their home school location through the bus loop or the front pickup area. Our hybrid students will have access to meals as well. Those students will come on Monday or Tuesday, or either Thursday or Friday. On their last serving day, which will be Tuesday for the Group A and Friday for the Group B, those students will be given an opportunity to come back through the service line and be able to pick up meals to last for their virtual days. So for an example, those on the A schedule will pick up on Tuesdays, and they will have meals for breakfast and lunch provided on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Those students who are being served on Friday will be able to pick up meals prior to dismissal to serve for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This will ensure that all students have access to the program, whether they're attending school or doing virtual learning days. Also, our employees will receive PPE equipment in all of our schools. All employees will receive a mask as well as face shields to be able to use when they're serving on the serving lines. Our employees have also been trained by the health department came in this summer to provide training for our staff, as well as our state department came in to provide training as well. So we're excited about the upcoming school year. We hope to be able to provide meal service to all of our students, whether they choose virtual or in person, and we look forward to serving you.
This is Tom Gray. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the school system, and we wanted to give you some information on some of the things going on financially related. The fiscal year 2021 final budget will be adopted on August 10th. That is the target date, which is the time of this recording. Also going forward, dealing with budget items, the millage rate hearings will be on August 17th, August 24th, with the final adoption of the millage rate on August 24th at the regular board meeting. In relation to the actual pandemic and our reopening, the school system has received, through the state, CARES Act funding from the federal government. And I wanted to tell you what we're going to use those funds on. We're getting about $1.2 million, and we're using them to help directly affect students or to help students and teachers as they come back for the reopening. One of the things we're going to use it for is distance learning, is Wi-Fi hotspots. Also some support staff for virtual learning and some tuition for virtual classes that are needed, as well as things like web-based subscriptions for items like Zoom. Also in our facilities area, Mr. Sanders has mentioned a lot of PPE, and we're using CARES Act funding to purchase those items where needed. This includes things like disinfecting the buildings and disinfecting buses and those type of things. Another area that we're using the funds for is in the school meal service. We had to purchase some equipment during the summer feeding portion of the program, but also we're going to need some additional hours and help during the reopening, and we're going to use CARES Act funding for that.
Hello everybody, my name is Jim Farmer. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Fayette County Schools. Wanted to highlight a few updates and some information concerning the reopening of school, and so that our parents and staff are aware of some of the supports and resources that we have available. The Digital Services Department is comprised of digital learning and technology services. And the digital learning team is working really hard with our staff and schools on the transition to our new learning management system, which is Schoology. So there's a lot of training going on with our teachers and staff and administrators, but also there's going to be some lots of information coming out for our parents. By the time you're seeing this video, it might already have been shared out for you to be able to access your students' information through Schoology and the Infinite Campus Student Information System. For student aid or teacher assistance when it comes to technology with their either Chromebooks or their laptops. Behind the LEC, the D building, is the Chromebook and technology support area, where students and families can drop off a Chromebook and get a loaner if necessary. Also, if there are any issues with internet access, we do have a limited number of hotspots that are available that can be requested from your school. and then we can assign those from here at the LEC. Last thing I just wanted to say was a big thank you to our families, our teachers, for really helping with the transition to Schoology. It's been a long process, and I think we've are now in a really good position. Unfortunately, COVID is really putting us to the test with it, but I think we now have a system in place that's going to provide a powerful tool for our teachers that's easy to use, that our students and our families can access their learning and their resources that they need. So again, thank you very much for your assistance, and we look forward to helping you with any of your needs.
Right. Hello, my name is Julie Turner. I'm Assistant Superintendent for the Office of Student Achievement. In the Office of Student Achievement, we have been working to prepare for the reentry of school from an academic perspective. Our first priority is that teachers and kids take the time they need to connect with one another and begin to build those relationships. We understand that teachers need to know who their kids are to begin to engage with them. And also, in creating the virtual schools, that has led to schedule changes for nearly every student in our school system. We're working on scheduling just as quickly as we can, and once that process is complete, we will push the button that develops the hybrid AB groups that we will use on Code Yellow. Group A will attend school on Monday and Tuesday, and Group B will attend on Thursday and Friday. Students will complete asynchronous tasks on the 3 virtual learning days. On August 17th, Group A students will report to schools to meet their teachers. Group B students and all virtual students should log into Schoology to get their assignments and get to know their teachers virtually.
Hello, my name is Erin Robertson. I'm the Director of Human Resources for the school system. Well, I think we can all agree that this is a school year like no other. We are facing new challenges that we've never had to face before. I want to speak specifically to our employees. I want to say thank you to all of our employees, because I know that many aspects of your work right now is not quite what you had expected. Bus drivers who are putting new guidelines into place to help protect themselves and their riders. Nurses who have set up isolation areas and learned how to assist with contact tracing. All of our employees who are interacting with the public in ways that protect everyone while still giving great customer service. Teachers who are, some of you, teaching virtually. Those of you who are helping with the child care of employees' children. Our school nutrition employees who are serving meals in a new way. Custodians and facilities workers who are keeping our buildings clean and running well. Everyone in technology who is keeping devices running and helping us dive into our new learning management tool, Schoology. And our school system leaders who are having to put aside the plans they had made for this school year and make new plans to address things they've never had to deal with before. And all of those who are helping with create those plans and schedules.
I want to thank all of our task force members for presenting from their particular area of responsibility, and just give them a special shout out for all of the work that they have done over the last several months. In the military, there's a term that is used, it's called VUCA, V-U-C-A. It's an acronym that stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Without question, we're living in VUCA times. All good leaders, whether they're in the military or business or corporate or even in the educational world, understand that unilateral decisions made based on emotion or in times when we're pressured, in times of crisis, typically those decisions are not always our best. The COVID-19 task force groups actually have taken the time and tapped into the expertise and research from all aspects of what we know and what we continue to learn about this virus. We've worked in conjunction with guidance from the CDC, the Georgia Department of Health, the Georgia Department of Education, the American Academy of Pediatricians, and gathered input from our teachers, our parents, our community leaders in order to build the Fayette County reentry plan and contingencies that go into that plan. It is natural and frankly expected that leaders take charge in difficult times, but to think that we have all the answers would really be unrealistic. I can tell you without question, I don't have all the answers to every question. The coronavirus crisis is impacting every individual, family, organization throughout this entire world. The world that existed back in January of 2020 has changed so dramatically. It seems like it's been years ago. We can and should all take deliberate pause for ourselves, our family, and our organization to understand where we are today. Our pause actually started back in March of 2020, and we've been planning and practicing and learning since that time. I cannot again give enough praise, positive praise, to our entire staff. We're Fayette strong because of our people. Fayette County has an enviable reputation for providing great education in the traditional setting. But this school year is anything but traditional. Because of the pandemic, we must reinvent ourselves and our school district as a whole. We must put our training and new learning, both in instructional delivery and with health safety procedures, into practice. If our community and our school system pulls together and works together, I am optimistic we can manage the spread of the contagion. I'm confident in our people, especially our teachers and their administrators. I'm confident in their training, and I'm confident in our plan going forward. The trial will not be perfect, but the adopted plan implemented to educate our children in 2020-2021 will work. I think the plan is strong. We will monitor our protocols and our data and adjust the plan accordingly, always looking for the best procedures and the most safe procedures as we go forward. Regardless of the return to school option our parents and our students have chosen, I want to wish everyone a great start to this new school year. Thank you.